Hello there, it is officially an hour and a half, just under now, until May 1st for me here in the UK. I've just gone live, thank you to everyone that did show up. But I'm going to be trying to show off my entire night of staying up for those May 1st releases. It would have been really fun to have tried to get out to a Lego store, but I live nowhere near them, and chances are, even if I left at the crack of dawn, I wouldn't be showing up first. We're going to brace the online queues, try to get some of the sets that we mentioned in the stream, which, if you aren't aware, we are trying to pick up the U-Wing, Ahsoka's Eater, which I know we still haven't picked up, but we only just got the ARC 170, so we are falling a little bit behind here. The U-Wing is definitely a day one purchase. We're also looking to get in some of the Luke key rings. I have 4 pilots behind me that could really do with printed arms and dual molded legs, alongside C-3PO for all 5 of my C-3PO variations that have that silver leg printing. We're getting rid of them. Well, we're actually exchanging them on the keyring. I want to keep them around in case they're needed for a future video, but we are going to be swapping them out with the dual molded variation that looks so much better. And finally, the big one. We are approaching 10k subs, and you all voted that the set I build live here on the channel when we hit 10k subs is the UCS Slave 1. So with that gift with purchase keyring and trying to get a second, yes, that's right, a second clone gift with purchase. Technically, lego.com limit it to 1 per household. Thankfully, there are technically 2 households at this address, so I think we can get away with that one. I will be keeping that one sealed and probably selling it down the line to someone who wasn't able to pick it up for this May 4th. Who knows? Perhaps if I ever work out giveaways, I'll even be giving it to one of you. But that's what we're trying to get. 2 Lego orders, not just one. I know how hard it can be to order one thing, but it has been 8 years. No, that's not right. It was 2017, 8 years ago. It has been 8 years since I stayed up and tried to order something to get the May gift with purchase. And actually, I think it wasn't the May gift with purchase. I think it was like a June gift with purchase or something happening later on in the year. So this is going to be really exciting every year, no matter, even if I'm not buying anything, which I haven't the last couple of years, I still stay up and check out what I could order. So this year, we're not just pulling the trigger once, we're going all in, pulling it twice, and I am really excited. Lucky for you, you don't have to wait, and let's jump straight ahead to checking out which set is going to be made available first. Hello there and welcome to Master Moldy After Dark. It is now minutes, it's about 20 minutes actually, before all of these sets go live, and the anticipation is killing me. I've tried to busy myself up until this moment, but I have got all my tabs open with the ships that I want to buy, not yet been chucked out into a queue, which is looking good, especially keeping active on the Lego website. I've been looking at so many different sets, not even Lego Star Wars, but just been, biding my time, trying to make sure that I'm not thrown out. And if I am, that I'm put quite high up in that queue so that I can make both of these orders before anything goes out of stock. Who knows what's going to happen? Lego do like to tier these sets. When we got the Ghost that was apparently out of stock and we had to wait a few months for it to be delivered, to get the box that then said it was made September the year before in the first batch. The first batch of these sets, Lego are going to stagger these out. So the first sellouts are probably going to be a few minutes before midnight, and just hitting refresh, making sure nothing's going live just yet. They're probably going to be even before midnight, and then probably like 2, 3, 4 maybe of the morning, at least here for the UK. That's probably just when they're trying to get ready all the American sets. So I'm hoping I don't have to stay up much longer for this. I am getting quite tired. I forgot just how tired pulling all-nighters are. I'm far from the university version of myself. But at the end of the day, we're here for the Lego Star Wars sets. I'll try and share my screen and show you some of the sets when they are first announced, and then confirmation once they're in the bag and once we've got not 1, but 2 of the gift with purchase. But before we take a look at what I managed to order and all the money that I spent this morning, first off, we've got some brand new images of this year's Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. So let's take a look. Hello there, it's now 9 o'clock the next morning. Yes, a long night's sleep after the May 1st, May the 4th orders. And before we get into the actual orders and my thoughts hours later on all the money I've just spent on Lego Star Wars, that's
gonna be like 20% off in a few months, let's be honest. But we've got a look at this year's advent calendar. What are the odds this will be a set coming out September 1st? Usually 25, 30 quid, and I do think this might be a little on the cheaper side, but this is maybe not one of the best advent calendars. There's definitely a few space for improvement, which we'll get onto in just a second, but take a look at that. We have got a Droids advent. I'm so excited for this. I did want a gingerbread clone trooper. Maybe next year we can get a clone trooper and battle droids advent calendar. Please, Lego, keep theming these alongside droids, clones. I don't really know where else they can go from there. But as you can see, we've got a ton of different characters, most notably C-3PO. An exclusive C-3PO without the dual molded leg. Come on, Lego, please give us that dual molded leg. But in Rise of Skywalker, which is what this is taken from, it doesn't have the same black arm that we see with 3PO in this Dark Falcon. 3PO from Rebuild the Galaxy has a black arm, which looks a lot like Black Widow's printed arms, actually, and does have a silver leg. Whereas 3PO in Rise of Skywalker, I'm pretty sure, is meant to have the same gold leg that 3PO has in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. So that might be an inconsistency there. Thankfully, we have got a gold leg with side leg printing in the Force Awakens polybag. I'm going to have to pick up a few more of them, but I'm sure I can spare a dual molded leg for the time being. Not only is this our second Sith-eyed C-3PO head, we've said this before, Lego know what they're doing. Last year they included an extra Praetorian, one of Moff Gideon's from The Mandalorian, and that was because we see 3 show up in the scene that the Lego set. You know, when they fight off Paz and it all goes horribly wrong. There's 3 Praetorians and only 2 are in the set. Now we've got 3PO in the Dark Falcon from Rebuild the Galaxy with a headpiece that is perfect alongside that Darth Ray. Now they're giving us an extra head in the advent calendar. Thank you, Lego. Not only this, look at B2 Emo. An official B2 Emo, a little bigger than the one that I've custom made, but still great to see Lego doing it. Could they be hinting at something next year? Maybe a buildable B2 Emo coming out later on. I doubt it. Because we're getting K2SO though, it would be really cool to see someone build a giant B2 Emo to go alongside with the similar scale. Again, we're just scratching the surface. Is that the same BD unit that is included in the Mando set? Chances are we'll probably be seeing them pop up again if Mando does return to Tatooine, and definitely I want to see more of Boba Fett now that he's become the godfather of Tatooine. I'm very curious if this is the exact version from the N1. Besides that, most of these are new. And Anzellan, definitely going to be coming up in a future Mando set. I think this might actually be the first time we've got it in physical Lego. I know they exist in the Skywalker Saga game, but I'm pretty sure they didn't exist when Rise of Skywalker came out. We've also got Ahsoka's droid. I can't remember what I was meant to be doing with a duplicate of Ahsoka's droid, but it's nice now that we've got one in here. I think that's probably the worst piece of this advent calendar in terms of droids, and it's an awesome droid. We've got a few Christmassy droids. We've got a Snowman BB-8, maybe a BB-9E or a BB variation. We've also got a red and white mouse droid, which is nice to be getting some more mouse droids in Lego. Not quite minifigure scale, but that is only 2 pieces. The pit droid build is something new, and it's interesting. I'll have to see it in person to get a feel for how big it is, because it does look, well, it's bigger than the Jawa, and that's not right at all. Speaking of the Jawa, another Christmas sweater minifigure alongside the BB unit and the nice little mouse droid. We're technically getting 3 Christmas minifigures because the Jawa has a Christmas sweater, front and back printing, probably a sand crawler and some other little bits that maybe some droids printed on the back. But it comes with this sand crawler sled and a little accessory to pop on top where you can actually pick up some of the droids, the Snowman or even Ahsoka's droid, which is nearly the size of the entire sled. We've got a few other droids, B2, there's one that looks like a Christmas tree, there's one that I remember recently from the Complete Saga gameplay. There's a similar droid that came in the Sandcrawler, and also 2 brand new exclusive B1 battle droids. We see one with a grey arm. I don't know canonically if this is going to have any meaning to it, but we also get enough parts scattered throughout the other days to build a secret hidden B1 Battle Droid. Now, I don't mind all these extra little builds. They look quite fun. There's a chair as well for, I guess, C-3PO when he's sat down, and you can clip a lot of these together to build out that workshop for the Anzellan. So we are getting that little bit of sequel trilogy love in the advent calendar. I'm a massive prequel fan. I'm a massive OT fan, a massive sequel fan. I'm just a massive Star Wars fan, so it's nice to be seeing a bit of sequel love in 3PO, the Anzellan. They got to include this through The Mandalorian, but we also got Darth Rey, and the 3PO had originated in the Dark Falcon. We got Palpatine in the book, and now we finally got Kylo's helmet and Kylo's starship. So I think we're going to be seeing a bit more of that sequel love as we go on. But the reason I'm so excited for this is because last year we got a droid factory, like a little droid builder. If you've ever been to Disneyland and had a go at the droid builder, you can put together your own custom droids. And that was what they gave out as a non-Lego, just a Star Wars advent calendar last year. I didn't end up recording anything else from last night, so it's now the next morning, but I did take a ton of screenshots just so I remembered exactly which sets came out first and all the funny little tidbits from last night. Turns out there was no Lego queue. I tried logging out and logging back into the Lego website after placing my order, I would like to add, but no sort of queues were formed, so it doesn't strike me as being too busy. Either that or Lego have really improved the service on their website and they're able to handle so much more people trying to buy Lego Star Wars sets at the same time. But they also staggered not only the releases, but the double points, the discounts. So if you were trying to purchase first and you ended up picking up, I picked up a few key rings that ended up having double points, but because I ordered them like half an hour before the double points came through, I didn't end up getting double points. Anyway, take a look at this. We've got Jango Fett's Starship, or Jango Fett's Slave One. We all know the ship we're talking about. And right under the price, it says coming soon on date. Here in the UK, it said that for, well, since it's been uploaded to the Lego website. But around midnight, this changed to coming soon on the 4th of May. Apparently, this is meant to be an insider's exclusive. There's no hint of that when you're looking at this set online. They do say it's available early for insiders. And it did go live in a couple minutes after I took this screenshot. But it's very interesting that it kept flickering between it, because then the next screenshot I've got is a few minutes later where it says coming soon. And then we go back to it and it's coming soon on the 4th of May. Coming soon on date. It was flicking around this. I didn't screenshot every single time, but it kept flicking around throughout the night and it was just very, very confusing. Just to remind you, the sets we were picking up, most of them I was able to put straight into the basket. So we've got Luke's keyring, Fennec's keyring, $2.99. Remember that price? Ahsoka's Jedi Interceptor, and of course, I had to pick something up for my partner. The two ships I wanted to combine with this order for the gift with purchase and to hit that threshold is the U-Wing and also a few of those 3PO keyrings, which honestly, I should have dropped them for a battle pack, but more on that in just a second. Jango Fett Slave One would have been its own order just so I could pick up that gift with purchase keyring, and I'm still unsure if I'll be keeping that. Well, I'll be keeping it, but whether I'll be opening it, show off in that stream, or if we will be saving that and maybe selling it down the line. So the three sets I wanted to buy, I put into a wish list. I urge you to do so, because then you can keep refreshing this and see which sets are coming in first. Or at least that's what I thought, because it turns out the U-Wing was showing that it was available, allowing me to add it to the bag, no problem. And that was the first set of the three that came in stock. I had separate tabs that I was refreshing as well. But then Jango Fett Slave One in this screenshot is also now available. And it still says coming soon. I don't know what's up with the Lego website, but Jango Fett Slave One was indeed available, and I was able to keep an eye on that, make sure the gift with purchase didn't go, because I was trying to order my smaller order first, make sure I got the gift with purchases. Really, I should have done Jango Fett Starship first from the start and got all three gift with purchases, but the gift with purchases still hadn't loaded in. This was a few minutes before the gift with purchases were coming in, so as you can see, I doubled up the U-Wing and still nothing on the gift with purchase front, despite the fact that I'm hitting that higher threshold and I should have the Falcon and the clone gift with purchase. So it was a case of the waiting game. Here's a screenshot of the Jango Fett ship showing available on the right and not on the left. And I was refreshing both of these constantly just in case that 3PO keyring came back in stock. Time was flying by now and 3PO wasn't coming back in stock. So I decided to empty my basket and, oh wait, I can't pick up Jango Fett's Fire Spray because it's coming soon again. I don't know what was up with this on LEGO. I posted a short a while back showing that if you clicked on the link through Google to take you to Jango Fett Starship, it actually takes you through to the TIE Interceptor. I really don't know what's going on. As I was emptying my bag to try and wait for the Jango Fett Starfighter to come in, the gift with purchases dropped. And that was made very clear by the Falcon that had popped up in the bag. I really wondered what set I'd accidentally added, but turns out it was just the Millennium Falcon, and with no sign of 3PO coming in stock anytime soon. It was like 1:15 now. I was worried that 3PO wouldn't be coming in stock until hours later when they put up all the American sets, and I weren't planning on sticking around that long. So I had a little look through all of the other offers, and at this point the insider prices had been loaded without their price reduction. Same for the double points. You could click on the double points tab, but even the sets weren't loaded up, so I had no idea that the keyrings were going to be on double points. I made sure 3PO wasn't available elsewhere. I made the mistake of checking the America page, which completely forgetting about the time difference. Of course it wouldn't be in stock, but it also wasn't in stock in places like France and across Europe that are a few hours ahead of us here in the UK. Anyway, I put through the Jango Fett order, got all 3 gift with purchases, and this was like 10 minutes into the day. I've never left an order so late. I was really worried that these gift with purchases would, just go out of stock as I placed my order, and then I'd have to wait another few hours, because like we said, LEGO do tend to stagger out some of these online orders. Finally, C-3PO was in stock. I was able to put through my other order, getting everything, and it totaled 18 different sets. LEGO include keyrings as sets. I personally would subtract like 10 from that number. But having spent, well, you can find out lego.com exactly what I spent. Each of the sets that I purchased average out to £20. I've done the math. I've done it again. I've done it 3, 4, 5 times to make sure that I'm not messing this up. I bought a UCS set and they average out, because of all the gift with purchases, there's 5 gift with purchases, 10 keyrings which are really cheap, they average out to £20 each. That's a lot to spend on a keyring, but that's nothing to spend on a UCS set. If I'm able to go live as we hit 10k, I will, and we'll be cracking open the box and building that pretty much whenever we've got the time between the other build streams and Wednesday game nights here in May. So if you're looking forward to that, keep your eye over on the live tab. And that is my May 1st, May the 4th shopping experience. Because these went through, despite the fact that I ordered them early hours of today, they technically went through under yesterday's date, meaning they're expected to arrive Friday to Tuesday. LEGO might have paper bags, but they still don't deliver on weekends. If they do arrive by Friday, we will be showing those off on a live stream, but fear not, if not, I'll probably show them off on next Wednesday's stream. So keep an eye out for that reveal. Unboxing these sets is going to be so fun. This is by far the biggest LEGO order I have purchased. So I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you got for May 4th down in the comments. Until then, may the bricks be with you, always.